Love is for tomorrow. Reunion.
Antoine squeezed the trigger. A single silence immune to shots gnawed. The spent shell swirled smoking in the air. The Glock left a hole in the middle of the agent's back as the impact pushed his torso forward. Antoine kept his trigger finger busy. He let more bullets fly. The 2 shots to the body punched into Kevlar, so he delivered 1 to the back of the head. He couldn't allow the agents to open fire. The tinkle of spent shells hitting the concrete was louder than the muted discharges of his weapon. He snapped to the second target, realigned and fired another double tap followed by a third to the head. The third man went down before Antoine pulled the trigger. Blood oozed from a hole in the side of his head. Kovac stood a couple of steps behind, holding his smoking gun. Antoine exhaled. He swung over back to the other 2 agents. They lay on the concrete, their weapons beside them. Antoine closed the distance to them, holding his gun at his side. Kovac followed soon. The pungent odor of gunpowder lay heavy in the air as they met at the bodies of the 3 men. The passerby would smell like firecrackers, if they could distinguish it from the fumes of the cars racing overhead. Kovac wasted no time. Check their pockets and then collect the shells, he said to Antoine while he rushed to the agent closest to him. Kovac pressed the man's fingertips onto something he took out of his jacket. Antoine did as he was told while Kovac collected their prints. Antoine looked at Kovac. A shot from Antoine had grazed his jacket sleeve. "I know how much you love that jacket," Antoine said, his heart beginning to beat more steadily again. "Sorry about that." Kovac looked up for a second as they worked the same body. He grunted and said, "It might be partly my fault. Guess what shirt I'm wearing?" Kovac turned his back to Antoine and popped the collar of his shirt to reveal stitched underneath. Unlucky. Kovac folded his collar back and continued. "Well, you promised me Paris would be a holiday and some good whiskey when you get back to Vienna. You now have a lot of riding on it." "Report team," Antoine heard faintly from the agent's earpieces. "What's your status? Is it him? Kernie is waiting for answers." Antoine and Kovac needed to hurry. They were still in danger. Antoine remembered the standard procedures. 3 agents in the field and 1 driver staying behind. Antoine took the earpiece from one of the agents. His mind grew dizzy as the adrenaline pumped back in. He grabbed the man's body between the armpits and dragged it over to the river. Shakiness that had spread through his limbs left as the blood pumped back in. They had no time to waste. Antoine grunted as he lifted the man up over the edge of the boardwalk and lowered him into the cold water of the Seine. Kovac came with the second body and shoved him over the brink with a splash. By the time Antoine dragged the last one towards the river, Kovac grabbed the man's legs and helped him push the body up. They lowered the last one into the river. After all these years, Antoine still hadn't gotten used to this part of the job. "The shells," Kovac called out to Antoine as he pulled a hip flask of hydrogen peroxide out of his jacket and proceeded to clean up as much of the blood traces as time permitted. Antoine retraced his steps, reconstructing the firefight. It didn't take him long to find the ejected shells and pocket them, using tissues to avoid leaving any marks. Kovac did the same from his position after spraying the ground where the agents had fallen. After a quick clean, they started running down the path along the Seine with the Tuileries garden just beyond the road above them. Antoine and Kovac arrived at the next bridge, which was shortly before the Louvre. They stopped running. Kovac took off his jacket, reversed it, revealing a beige inner lining, and placed a cap on his head. Walking a pace to blend in, the 2 of them crossed the bridge. Kovac turned to Antoine and said, "That escalated quickly. Looks like I kept my friend, the Grim Reaper, busy today. Guess I will die another day." Thank you for watching. Be sure to download a free copy of Love is for Tomorrow Reunion on Amazon. Find Love is for Tomorrow on Facebook, and do not forget to subscribe. All the links are below.